Good morning, I am Rajendra here. Today we are going to discuss on Infosys pattern and this is a part of that one. We are discussing on Java OPS concepts, why we shifted into object oriented programming language and what are before approaches are there. Now we are going to discuss and some of the OPS concepts also will be discussed in this session. So, what is the main concepts of OPS, main object, what is the objective of OPS? Okay. Object oriented programming is nothing but it is a way of approach to develop the application. Okay. OPS is not a separate language, it is a concept, that concepts can be applicable to any programming language. They are using Java, using even C++, they are using OPS concepts, even .NET frameworks also using, okay, SAP ABAP also using. It is a concept, it is not a separate programming language, it is a concept. Okay. Why we go for this approach means it is one of the approach to develop the application. Now we discuss why we go for this OPS concepts. It is nothing but a way of approach to develop the applications. It is a way of approach, it is a way to develop one applications, softwares. So, we know that when the computers were invented, that time onwards programming languages were there. Okay. The moment when they invented the computers, that moment onwards programming languages are there. Okay. In early of our programming languages, our programmers, they would develop by using the machine level programming language. Okay. And early of programming languages, okay, our developers, they used, that is machine level programming language, is nothing but a binary language. Binary means zeros, ones. Okay. In the bits, totally binary bits they used to develop on applications. Okay. It is just like for punching purpose only they used this language, because system understands zeros and ones. System understands zeros and ones. To be frankly, it is this machine level language is totally to and a processor based language. Okay. Particular processor based they use this binary language. Okay. You can see this diagram. First we use the machine level language, later assembly language, next high level language were used. Okay. You can see the diagram. Okay. First machine level language were used, later assembly language, next high level language. High level language nothing but a Java, C++, C, and there are so many programming languages, even .NET frameworks, and all these are high level languages. Here C comes under the low level as well as the high level language. So, now we are discussing on OPS, and as a part of OPS now we are talking about machine level language. Okay. So, machine level language is nothing but its means a set of instructions. It is a set of instructions that are given to a particular processor. I repeat, it is nothing but this machine level language nothing but is a set of instructions, because system only understand the instructions that are given to a particular machine. Particular machine nothing but a processor. Okay. So, we know that machine level language means it looks like this. One. Okay. In this it is nothing but a, you can see here, okay, and zeros and ones. This is machine level language. These are the instructions it were used to given to the processor in earlier for computer languages. Okay, means set of instructions that are given to a particular machine processor. Your definition is a computer programming language consists of binary or hexadecimal instructions which a computer can respond directly. We are giving the machine level means binary instructions to the processor directly, so that processor responds immediately, system responds immediately by taking this as an input. By taking these instructions as an input, we will get the output as a result. You think that by using this code, can I develop the big applications? Can I develop the apps? Is it possible by using this machine level language? Okay, I want to develop one IRCTC website. Is it possible to develop by using this one? It's very, very difficult. I cannot develop. We cannot develop. It's very complexity. So, it is not possible to develop the big applications. Okay, that's why people used to convert it into assembly language. Okay, just check here. While easily understood by the computers, okay, it's okay, but system understands easily. That's fine. These are main advantages. Advantage of the machine level language is system understands easily. There is no compiler is required. There is no interpreter is required, because we are giving the direct instruction to the processor. So, immediately system will respond and gives the output as a result. Okay. So, machine level languages are almost impossible for humans to use, because they consist entirely of numbers, means binary, zeros and ones. Programmers therefore use either a high level programming language or an assembly language to develop the applications. Okay. That's the reason now we shifted into assembly language. To avoid such kind of problems, now we move to assembly language. Okay. What is assembly language? What is assembly language? An assembly language is contains the same instructions as a machine level language, but it instructions and variables have names. Okay. It is just like a English like language. It is just like a English like language. Okay. You can see assembly language means, just I will write here. Okay. For example, I want to add addition of numbers. Addition of numbers. Okay. So, how these instructions are there? Add A comma B, okay. Next move into C, okay. Move C comma A, okay. Next jump some value 1000, okay. These are the instructions, okay. It is very simple, because it is very easy to understand. Addition, moving means copying, jumping is going first and coming to next. These are the instructions are used in the assembly level languages. Okay. It is only processed based instructions. Okay. These instructions may varies from system to system, means processor to processor. Okay. Intel processor means that is instructions may varies. These are the assembly level languages. Assembly languages, to convert into the zeros and ones means machine level language, we use assembler. Here we use assembler. Are used to translate from assembly language into system level language, means into machine language. It requires one assembler to convert into to assemblies. Assembler means translating into system understandable, processor understandable instructions. So, this is also, it is also similar to machine level language because we are giving instructions. Okay. It is also just like a machine level language, system understands easily by seeing these instructions once it is compiled. This is nothing but a assembly language. Hope you understood about this assembly language. Okay. It is just like a English words. You can see here also add a comma b, move b comma c, jump 1000. Okay. These are the instructions. Okay. We used to give instructions, but now think, by using these instructions, can I develop that application? Same question I am asking. Okay. Can I develop the IRCTC website or Google such kind of Gmail account, okay, or Facebook like social networking applications? Can I develop this one? It is not possible. It is impossible. It is impossible to develop the apps or applications by using the assembly language or machine level languages. Okay. Next solution, again we are transforming. After assembly language, we moved into the structure based language, structure oriented language. It is also called as procedure oriented language or modular language. Okay. Next we moved into to simplify the logic. To simplify the code is reduced and more manageable. To manage the code, we moved into the structured languages like C language. Up to mid 70s to up to 90, C ruled the world, software world. C ruled the software world from mid 50s to 90s, 70s to 90s. So, next programmer moved to structure oriented programming languages because of to avoid to develop a big applications. Okay. It is also known as modular programming language. We can say that it is a procedure oriented language also, same thing. Structure oriented language, structured, proper structures we are maintaining. Okay, or procedure oriented language or modular language. Example, best example is C language. C belongs to structure oriented language, which means structure oriented language means which contains the loops, control statements and blocks, functions and structures. Okay. These are nothing but a structure oriented language. Okay. By using this one, reusability, these control statements, looping statements or functions or structures, the main advantage is reusability. Code can be reused. I can reuse the same code. No need to rewrite the code again and again. Okay. Write one logic and keep it in a one function and just call that one. Just call that function. That function can be you define one function and call in anywhere, any functions that can be reused. Number of times can be reused. That is a main advantage of the structure oriented language. Okay. Instead of a flat flow code, flat flow means there is no blocks, there is no looping statement, there is no control statements, there is no functions. All the code is we have written. It is not at all manageable. Okay, only one person, if there are more number of persons are involved in the same projects, okay, they have to work on the same code, it is not at all dividable. Okay. So, that is in assembly language before C language. In structure oriented language, we can divide the code logic into pieces, we can divide the logic into pieces. These pieces also called as functions, blocks, small pieces. Okay. Large program or large logic can be divided into modules. Again, those modules are divided into units or tasks. Those tasks also called as functions. So that many people can involve, that can be work, that task can be assigned to particular developer. The task can be given to a particular developer, is debugging becomes simple. Debugging becomes simple and testing also it becomes simple and manageable. It is code is manageable. If you are getting any errors means we can directly inform to particular developer where we are getting the error. Okay, lots of time can be saved and money also saved by using the structure oriented programming language. Okay, right. Again, we are facing some problem in C language also. Again, we are facing problem in structure oriented language. C is a powerful language. C is a powerful language. In fact, my favorite language is also C language, because so many so many logics are there in, beautiful logics are there in C language. Beautiful logics are there in C language. Programmers' favorite language is C language. It is because in C language we only concentrated on the functionality. We concentrate on the functionality. Okay, logically we concentrated, but not point of data point of view we ignored. Okay, that is the main disadvantage. But client wants to only data, but they don't want to see the functionality. They see only data, whether the data is secured or not. Whether the data is secured or not, only clients wants, but not the functionality. Okay. In C language, we programmers concentrate on only on functionality. Logically they concentrated, but not the data point of view, it is not secured. Data point of view, it is not secured because some global variables are there. Okay. The global variables can be directly accessed by any other unauthorized function also. Okay. There is no business related function also can access directly, or they can pass the argument to that global variables. The data can be modified. Okay. It is not at all secured. Okay. See here, C is a fantastic language, there is no doubt at all. Okay. It is more manageable, it is true, 100% true. C language is more manageable, is a point of view, developer's point of view, it is more manageable, it is 100% true. Okay. The approach of C is divided, the main objective of C is divide the big logic into small modules. That is the main advantage, that is the main objective of the structure oriented programming language. The approach of C is divide the big logic into pieces. They divide the big logic into pieces, that is the main approach of the C language. Okay. Here the main concentrate is functionality. Here the main concentration is functionality, but not the data point of view. But not the data point of view. But client wants data only. Client wants data only. They don't see the functionality, how that they have used the beautiful logic or not. They don't see. They see only whether it is working or not, whether the data is secured or not. Security only the client wants. So, but our clients look the data but not the functionality. Just now we understood. Okay, our clients extract the meaningful information from the data. They generate the reports. Our client wants the reports, but not the how they are writing the code. Okay, our clients are some people. The people wants the data. They needs the reports, but not the functionality. Okay, by clients using this data, they can generate the reports, meaningful reports. So here look here, our clients extract the meaningful information from the data. They do not want to make their data in public. Our clients, they do not want to make our data in public. Okay, they do not want to keep it in a public. They have to maintain in a private, means secured. In C, how it is making public means there is a global variable is there in C language. Global variable means before the function, if the variable is defined before the function, that variable is called global variable. Okay, you will be taught in storage classes in C language. That is one of the concepts in C language, storage classes. I think you might have heard this word, storage classes. Okay, extern, global, static variable, local variable. Okay, registers, these are comes under the storage classes. These are all variables are comes under the storage classes. One of them is global variable. Okay, it's very dangerous. It's useful as well as the dangerous. How the dangerous means? How the useful? First we discuss how it is useful. Okay, instead of writing the same variable several times in a functions, instead of writing the same variable with the same data in several times, keep it in one global variable, so that memory wastage can be avoided by using the global variable. Memory wastage can be avoided by using the global variable. Write once before the functions, that variable can be accessed in different functions. Okay. No need to declare or no need to initialize. No need to initialize the global that global variable. Just we can directly we can call, means directly we can use that variable, global variable. That is the advantages of the global variable. Okay, and memory wastage can be avoided. Okay, see here, when you make the data global, means keep our data in a storing in a global variable, all the functions can use that global variables data. All the functions can directly or indirectly that can be accessed, that global data can be accessed by the functions. Even unrelated functions also can be accessed. By mistake, if you are writing the same that variable name also, that data can be accessed. Okay. For example, just I will show here, int A or int balance equal to 1000. Balance. Okay. I am writing one function here, f1 function is there, a void f2. Okay. So here I can directly printf into b, percentile percentile lf or long f. here I am writing A. A means what? We here we receive the 1000. Okay. Here F2 is a unauthorized. There is no relation. There is no business relation to the same project. F2 is by mistake. If you are using the A also, that can be accessed here. Okay. By mistake I am writing the same global variable name here also. Sorry, here I have to write balance. By mistake if I am writing here balance also, same this data can be accessed in F1 as well as the F2. Here in fact F2 is not direct business dealing with this our project. This data also can be accessed here, so that it is this balance is going to be lost, or this F2 may modify this balance also. He may modify this balance also, this F2. So, unauthorized persons can access or modify our data. Advantage is no need to initialize, directly we can call, that is advantages, but memory wastage can be avoided by using the global variable. If the variable is defined before the function, that variable here balance is called global variable. Here B is called a local variable. Whenever the control comes out of the F1 function, B is going to be lost, but not balance. Global variable balance. Okay. That is the problem with the global variable. This is global variable. This is local variable. This is local variable. The scope of this variable is only inside this block only. It is visible. Whenever the control comes out of this block, F1 function, the data is going to be lost. That variable is going to be lost. Okay. Next. So, now you understood that side effects of the global variable. Okay. There is a, so it is a good advantage is there, but some side effects are, that is a very dangerous side effect. It is very dangerous side effect of the global variable. Because of the global variable, data is not secured. This is the bottom line. The bottom line of this structure oriented languages disadvantage is data is not secured. Okay, right? You understood about this one. I believe you understood. So, when you make the data stored in the global variable, all the functions can use that global variable. That is what we understood right now. Right? You can see this diagram also, it is a diagrammatic representation. Okay. Just I written the global variable, the scope of the global variable is only here. Okay. Global variable means all the subroutines nothing but a functions can access here. Okay. Write declare once, okay, just leave it, that variable, the data can be accessed in all the functions. Okay. Just here this one, I think this is visible, this global variable store. I have declared one here, the global variable in this here before the function. If the variable is declared before the function, that variable is called global variable. Okay. You can see the difference between the local variable as well as the global variable here. You can see the difference between the global variable as well as the local variable. Here see here, this global variable directly can access to function A. This global variable directly can access function B. This global variable directly can access to function n up to n. N functions can access this global variable. In these functions, some functions may be unauthorized, there is no business dealings. Okay. If you write by mistake the same global variable name also, this data can be accessed. But whereas in the local variable, this is local variable only available in that particular function only. Okay. Directly I cannot that functions cannot access. Hope you understood this diagrammatic representation. So, advantage of the global variable is memory wastage can be avoided. Memory wastage can be avoided. Okay. Disadvantage is data is not secure. We are not providing the security for the data. Unauthorized functions can access our data, that global data. Okay. Nowadays, memory wastage is not a big thing, it is not a big deal, because memory chips are becoming very cheap right now. Memory sticks are becoming very cheap right now, so that we can waste the memory. Please waste the memory, no problem. Okay, because it is a very simple, very low cost also we can buy that memory sticks right now. Okay, once upon a time, if you want to buy that pen drive, it was very cost. Right now it becoming very simple, 200 or 140 also we can get that same that data configuration. Once upon a time thousands or 2 or 3000. Right now the 2000, 3000 pen drive is available only 100 rupees. Okay. Before when pen drives were introduced, that moment 3000 or 4000 if you want to purchase the pen drives. Right now same pen drives are available in very 100, 140, 200. So, memory is not a big problem for us. Wastage memory is not a big deal for us. You can waste also, no problem. Okay. So, accidentally also that global data can be accessed. Accidentally also that global data can be accessed due to same name of variable. Due to same name of variable, that data can be accessed to unauthorized function also. Unauthorized function also, that data can be accessed because of the accidentally if you write that same name of the global variable, same name of the global variable, that data can be accessed. Even they do not want that data also, if you write that same name in that function, that data can be accessed. Okay. By mistake, the developer they did not declare that variable, they do not know how to write that declaration of the variable. If they directly write that global variable name, that data can be accessed accidentally. That is the problem with that global variable. That is the problem with the global variable. That is not safe for the data. That is not safe for the data. That is not safe for the data. So, to avoid this problem, now we transformed into OOPS concepts. We transformed into OOPS concept, object oriented programming system. Okay. It is not a programming language, it is a concept. It is a concept. So, now we have seen the machine level language, and we have seen that we have discussed assembly language, we discussed modular programming language, nothing but a structure oriented language. Now we came to OOPS concept, that is we are coming into the actual point, that is OOPS concepts. Okay. It is not only dedicated to only Java, it is not only dedicated to only Java. It is it is belongs to all those who follow the OOPS concepts like Java, C++, SAP ABAP, all those concepts. These is applicable to so many now high level languages are using, so many high level languages are using the OOPS concepts. Okay. If that language is not following the OOPS concepts, means it is going to be failure. It is going to be failure. So, so we should able to represent the real life objects in my code. The main objective of OOPS concept is we should able to represent the real life objects in my code. Okay. I should not only think of functionality. I should not only think of functionality here. Okay. Here I have to think about the data security. Okay. In OOPS concept, there are only, you can see that there are only two things in OOPS concepts. Finally, we see that advantages, one is security, second one is reusability. We can divide it into two parts, one is security, second one is reusability. Okay. Securing the data, reusability data, that is the main overall concepts of the OOPS concepts, overall objective of the OOPS. That is, we are representing the our code in real life. Real life means, for example, I am writing one code which belongs to employee. Okay. Who can access the data? Only employee can access the data, but not the student. If I am writing the student class, only student can access the data, but not the employee. But not the employee. Okay. We are encapsulating the data. Okay. We are only student means only student can access the student related code. Employee means only employee can access the employee related code, employee related data, because we are providing, we are not at all allowing unauthorized users. If I want to access my data, first of all he has to create the object, then only he can access, he can call the methods, but not directly. He has to access my data by using the methods. In the methods only they have to write the logic. I do not allow, only my members, only in that class only data can be accessed directly. If I want to, if anybody wants to access my data in one class, okay, first of all he has to create the objects, then only he can call that one method. Through the method only he can access. I will show you one example here. Class employee. Employee ID. String name. Double salary. Next, spelling mistake, DOU PLE, double salary. Next, private gender, care gender, public void display, public void get data, system.out.println, for writing we have to write import java.util or io.star. Buffered reader br equal to new buffered reader just I am writing in a next statement new buffer reader new stream reader of system.in. Now we are asking the enter employee ID equal to integer dot parseInt pr dot readline. Because I am writing readline, I will get the error here, so that here I have to write the throws IO exception. Readline, you have to remember readline always throws one exception. Next system.out.println system.out.println. Next what we have to read that is enter employee name, enter name, name, employee name equal to br.readline. Okay. So just think that these are the data we read from the keyboard. So here displaying next we are displaying that is system.out.println employee details. Just I am showing the how the data is secured. System.out.println name employee name is name system.out.println first we employee ID. Okay, employee ID equal to ID. Okay, so and so we write. Here this is closing that employee class. I am closing the employee class here. Just see here. Okay. Here in this class only I can access this data, this private data. Okay, I can access in this class only. Okay, directly I am using here ID, okay, name, okay, salary and gender. I can directly write here. Okay, if I want to write in other class like other class, public static void main. Okay. Here first of all just look here system.out.println, same I am writing here the same code. Is it correct? It leads to error. I cannot write, it won't allow to access the data. Okay, it won't allow to access the data. What I have to do? First of all, I need to create the object. First of all, I need to create the object for that class. Then only I can call a method. Through the method only I can access the data. Okay? It is not possible to directly we can call, because data is secured, data is encapsulated. Data is encapsulated, the data is not at all visible to outside the class. Only in my class members only can access the data, but not the outside class member. But not the outside class member cannot access my data, because my data is encapsulated. That encapsulated data only access my members, okay, my class members. So here you see here it leads to error. It leads to error. Following statements leads to error. Following statements leads to error. Okay. What is the solution then? These are all are errors only. What are the solution here? Solution is, we need to first create the object. Create the object of that class. How to create the object? By using the new operator, we create the object. This is one of the approach to create the objects in Java. That is, what is the class name? First of all, we need to remember the class name. That is employee. Employee. First, class name, okay, a reference. You can give any identifier here. New is a keyword, okay, which you use to create the objects in Java. That is employee parenthesis. The meaning of this one is, one object is created for the employee class. Here object is created for employees class. Employee class. So that I can call a method, that is reference dot get data. I am not calling directly. If I am calling directly, get data means it leads to error. You cannot call even methods also directly, though it is public. Though it is public, you cannot call. Okay, you have to call with respect to reference. Okay, next reference dot display. Reference dot display. Reference dot display. Then only we can display the output here. That is, output is, if my inputs are employee ID, I think we asked, that is 150, employee ID, enter employee ID, enter e-name, I entered Rajendra, and so on. So, okay. So then we will get one employee details, result we will get result of employee, that is Rajendra 150, so and so we will get. This is the output we get here. So this is the how we are providing the data security means, in a class, if you are writing the data and keeping in a private, the data is security. How it is means, this data hiding, data encapsulation, data abstraction, all are dealing with the data security. In OOPS concepts, data hiding, data abstraction, data encapsulation. These are all are dealing with the data security point of view only we are using. Just now we here and earlier of this OOPS concept I told you once, that is in OOPS are divided into, there are two things here main objective. One is security, second one is reusability. The security means who are providing security means, that is class, object, data encapsulation, data abstraction, data hiding. These are all are talks about the security only. Security point of view only, these are all these points, classes, objects, data abstraction, data encapsulation, data hiding, these are all talks about the security, data security. Second part is reusability, that will we see in later next session. Okay. Next we see that here the one of the concepts or names are OOPS concepts names. Are first one is classes and objects, second one is data abstraction, third one is data hiding, fourth one is data encapsulation, fifth one is inheritance, sixth one is polymorphism. Okay. These are the main pillars of the OOPS. These are the main pillars of the OOPS. Okay. Okay. If you know about how to write the classes and how to use the objects, how to use the inheritance, how to apply the polymorphism to our current classes, that is automatically you will be taught OOPS concepts. It is very simple. This if I writing these names only, it may sound odd for you, but it is very simple. If you are writing 2 or 3 programs writing in each concept, okay, you cannot directly read these concepts. If you read these concepts, you cannot understand also properly. If you write one practice and execute the programs, then only you can easily understand, instead of rather than I am explaining. If I am explaining 2 hours or 3 hours also, you cannot understand. Okay. If you have practiced the programs by using the classes and objects, okay, keeping the private and public and protected keywords for the data members, then only you can understand the difference between the private, public, what is protected, how the data is hidden, how the data is encapsulated, how the data is abstracted. That concept you will be understood. Okay. We do not write the abstraction actually. Okay. If you are writing the classes using the private and these methods, then only it is abstraction and encapsulation covers. Okay. For the polymorphism and inheritance point of view only, we write, we apply the logics, we applied some keywords, we applied some methods, we applied some logically, then that is different. Here the first 3, that is classes and objects, only we write. Data abstraction, data hiding, encapsulation, automatically it covers. Okay. We do not write separate for the data abstraction, we do not write separate for data encapsulation. Okay. We do not write separate for data hiding. Okay. For example, data hiding means if I am writing here, instead of writing private, if I am keeping here public, this this data is not secured. This data is not secured. I can write here in some other class also, no problem. Here it is okay. Okay, due to public. Okay, because ID I kept, ID data I kept in public. So this is not hidden. Okay, if you want to hide the data, you need to keep private modifier. You need to keep private modifier. So in our next session we will discuss on remaining concepts, means that is data abstraction, data hiding, encapsulation. These are all discussed about the security. Okay, these 4 concepts discuss about the above concepts talks about data security. Okay, and next one, the next remaining concepts will talk about the reusability of the code. These are next 3 concepts. There are so many concepts are there, and OOPS, that is data persistence, dynamic binding. All these are if you want to learn, you can learn, but these are the main pillars of the OOPS concepts. Okay, and in next session we will talk about the inheritance concepts in details, in depth, in programmatical approach we will discuss. Okay, thank you. Thank you all for listening this video. I hope all of you you will get an interview, and if you get any doubts or doubts also, you can write to my mail ID, that is rajendra.apssdc@gmail.com. Write your doubts. Okay, this is my mail ID, and next session we will talk about the inheritance. Thank you.